Hey, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna hop on for like a fast and furious training. This is what I had on my calendar this week. I want to show you guys how to build an email in AWeber and then turn around and save that email as a template so you can use it over and over again, and it can really take the guesswork out of having an email campaign and having like a newsletter that you send out to people on a weekly basis. There's a lot of people that I have conversations with regularly that when the idea of starting, email marketing for their business, they're like, whoa, I don't have time for that. That is too much. And you know what? I felt the same way actually. I was really nervous about starting email marketing for my business because I was really afraid I wasn't going to be able to keep up with it, as in sending emails regularly and on the same day of the week and all the things. So there's some tips and tricks on how to stay consistent and repurpose stuff, but we're not going to get into that today. All I want to show you is how to build the email itself, because that's step one. Get the email built so you can actually send it. And then we're going to save that as a template so you can use it over and over again. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to dive right in. We are not wasting any time today. Share the entire screen. Okay, we are shared. All right, so we're inside of AWeber. Now, if you're not familiar with AWeber, this is what I use personally for my own email marketing. At some point down the road, maybe that'll change, but for now, this is what I'm using. So I know a lot of people in my sort of business realm are also using AWeber, so this is going to be really beneficial for a lot of people. All right, so we're just going to build one single email. We're not talking about email campaigns and nurture sequences and all that. We are literally just talking about get your first email sent, right? That's step one to email marketing. Send your first email. And of course, capture the email addresses. If you caught last week's training, we talked about how to build a lead magnet. So the email that I'm going to create today from scratch, because obviously I already have my own templates that I use. I'm not going to just show you guys those. I'm going to show you how to actually build one. So last week we created a lead magnet in Canva, right? I kind of gave you some step-by-step tips on how to get it created. So I'm going to grab one of my existing lead magnets that I have, and I'm going to plug it into this email, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So when you're on the messages tab, right, you've got this whole ribbon of options over here. To build your first email, just go to drafts, and you're going to create a message, drag and drop builder. So once we're in here, you'll see that it is super blank, like there's nothing. Now, there's a couple options. You could build your own from like super duper scratch. What I would suggest to you though is go to their templates. AWeber has templates. So you'll notice there's the template gallery. This is all of like the stock templates that they have. Under my templates, this is where after we create one, it's gonna live inside of my template. So when you go back and you're creating those emails next week and the week after and the week after, because you're staying super consistent, it's gonna be under my templates, and you'll see that I have, promote weekly content. I updated my intro email. I've got something for podcast inspiration. So you can have slightly different templates that are sort of laid out in a way that you want, or you can just use one template and just roll with it. Like, it doesn't have to be complicated. So we're going to start from the stock image gallery of what AWeber gives us. So you'll see that there's a couple different like image based. There's a lot more words. It really depends what your business is and what you're trying to promote and share about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of the templates that I like the most, because then apply. The reason I like this template is it has this sort of ombre effect with the background. Personally, my aesthetic, I just really like that. And then I like that it's already got embedded, logo at the top, image to promote whatever it is you're emailing about. That's not necessary, but I like to do it. And then you've got the body of the email with some embedded buttons already there for you. Now, if you wanted any of this information to be moved around, you simply take this little arrow and you move it. It's as simple as that. So wherever this blue line ends up, that's where the element is going to be. So you can easily move these around. You could even delete it. And let's say I accidentally deleted the logo and I'm like, oh shit, like I didn't mean to do that. You can either do the undo button over here, or let's say you deleted it. You can just go right over here and you can drag and drop. So just hover over image, drag it and drop it. So a couple different ways to recover your work if you kind of like fuck up a little bit, and that's okay. So we're going to upload an image here. I actually don't know if I have my logo on this computer. I have a lot, I've been doing a lot of work. Let's see. No, I don't have my logo, but that's okay. So I can grab it super quickly from Canva. And this is something that if you guys have projects built out in Canva, using that and adding it to your AWeber emails that you have can really just make them more robust and look really professional. So I hope nobody minds seeing all the names and folders that I have here. I have quite a lot of projects that I work on. So I have a couple different variations of my logo, and this one right here on page 2 is the one that I like to use. So I'm going to download it as a transparent background because I don't want a block of white on my email as the logo, right? I just want it to be the actual logo itself. And this color is off now that I'm looking at it. Here we go. All right, so transparent background as a PNG, so it's just the image, and then I don't need both pages. So I'm going to get page 2, and we're going to download this. I tried to be prepared for you guys, but like I said, this is kind of a fast and furious little training that I'm doing. So let me get this into the right folder. And you can see, like, even when shit's not perfect, it still isn't going to take you hours to get it done, you know? So I'm just copy and pasting into the right folder so I can find it. All right, so I'm going to edit, go back to my message that I'm building, get into my Social Jane folder, grab the image. So it's huge, right? We don't necessarily want it to be this big. You see at all these 4 corners, you can take this down a notch just so it's not taking up way too much landscape. You don't want someone like opening their email and the whole screen is just like this giant photo. We don't need that, right? So since we are building out a lead magnet, I'm going to remove that image and I'm going to add in the cover page to my lead magnet that this email is going to be for. So I went ahead and just grabbed like my best performing lead magnet that you guys are grabbing left and right, and it's great. I love to share this information. And I recently rebranded this. It looked a little different if you downloaded this lead magnet, 6 months ago or something. So take the size down a little bit. And then this image is actually clickable. So what I like to do is in my emails, anything that can be clickable, because I mean, you can make your text obviously clickable, but anything that someone might accidentally click on, like the logo, like the picture, the image that we just put here, any of these buttons, you know what I mean? Anything that someone might accidentally click on, I want it to take them somewhere. Because then, have you ever been inside of an email and you're just like, I wonder if I click this, where it takes me, if it takes me to the thing I want to see. I know I do that all the time. And that's usually how I end up buying stuff because I'm like, oh, look at that. I'm at the website and now I can go buy the thing and I don't have to get into Google, search it, find the website, none of that. We want to make the process as simple as possible. So I'm going to make this image clickable. And the way I do that, I have it living inside of Google Drive. So once you upload from Canva into Google Drive as a PDF, there's a whole nother topic on why it should be a PDF. So go back and catch some of my Canva trainings. But you want to make sure that when you share it, it's not restricted. So it's automatically going to show up as restricted when you dump it into Google Drive. It's just like, that's what Google does. So you have to change the share settings before you actually share it. Otherwise, you're going to embed it into this email, someone's going to try to click it, and then it's going to get like a restricted request permission or something like that. And that's so annoying. People don't want that. So just make sure it says anyone with the link is a viewer. Obviously, if you were sharing this in a different capacity, you could change that, but keep it as a viewer. Copy the link, get back over to AWeber, and then just paste it right here. Boom. Like it's that fucking easy. And if you want, you can put like what is actually linked here. If for some reason this link didn't tell you what it is. So I could just say freebie. That way I know what it actually, what it actually is. Now for the logo, what I typically like to do is either link a website, you could link your group, you could link your main profile page, you could link your milkshake, you could link your Instagram, like literally you could do any of it. But what I like to do is I like to do my group because I want people in my group, right? I'm building that out, but you'll see that I have it as a setting in AWeber that any image that I upload is automatically linked to my milkshake account. So that's something you can do in settings, that you have certain things that when they're embedded into your work, they auto link to places. Now that's good and bad, because if it changes, like let's say my milkshake that's not the accurate location anymore and I forget to change it, then I'm kind of shit out of luck, So I'm going to delete that and put in my group, because sending people to your group is always a good idea. Now, I'm not going to bother with like typing stuff out. You guys know how to type an email. You can use ChatGPT to help prompt you if you're having trouble. You can, of course, add in, like if you wanted to say hello and then have personalized information, you can go up here. So you've got this whole edit bar, right? This @ symbol allows you to embed personalized information. So the subscriber's information, you could do their full name. I would just do their first name, right? Let's not be like, hello, Sarah Glenn. Like that's just weird. Just use their first name. So you can do hello, Sarah, and then add in whatever you want to say here about the lead magnet. Thank you so much for requesting a copy of insert name of lead magnet. And then here you're going to say, we're not going to. So when you click over here off to the side, you can say download now. Whoops, no. Download now. And then I'm going to grab the link from the lead magnet again and dump it right here inside of this URL. So now this button will take them straight to that Google Doc that is shareable with them. Now, if you want to change out this button color, you could change it to whatever you'd like. And because there is a hex code up here, if you were to go into Canva and let's say I wanted this color matched to my button, you would just come over to Canva and you see how it shows up here. But if you want to copy and paste it, just click and then copy, come over here, and you're going to take that away and paste it in, and boom. So now I've got a button that is the same color as my logo. And, it's little things like this that really keep the whole image, the whole like brand identity feeling really cohesive for people. So when they come across your content again and again and again, it starts to just resonate with them more, because it's like a no-brainer. They're like, oh yeah, I just saw Sarah's stuff 2 days ago. It was so helpful. This is great. I'm actually going to read this email instead of just deleting it like the last one. I mean, I'm guilty. I just delete emails sometimes too. But this is how easy building out an email can be for you. And let's say you don't need this second button, right? You could just delete it. What I would suggest though is having one button towards the top that has your freebie that you can download, and then having another button towards the bottom that encourages people to get into your group. So join the community. So now you could have another button that has a call to action to get them into your group. And now I would suggest changing the button, to have it be the same color. So that way everything feels really cohesive. And you would add some sort of text here that says something along the lines of like, this is just the beginning of our journey together. If you'd like to learn more, you want to dive into XYZ, be sure that you're inside of the community. And what you could do too, instead of just having the button, you could drag over another image and you could put like your Facebook cover photo here. So for example, let's see, I can save the image of this inside of here and save it. And then I should be able to just go and upload it. Boom, just like that. And a lot of this is faster when you know your computer, your device that you're working on. Some of the slow tech stuff is because sometimes we just don't know how to use the technology and the software and the actual devices that we have. So, but that's how quickly you can insert that. And then now we've got this image here, which you see is going to my milkshake, but we would want it to go to the group instead of, oh, whoops, that was the wrong bar. Instead of milkshake, we'll have it go to the group because the call to action is get into the community, come into the group, right? So you want people, whatever you're saying and you're making it super simple and you're connecting those dots for them, have the dot connect where they're actually going to go. And it just makes the whole process just really seamless. So what I would suggest is as you finish out this email, dragging over another image and doing a email signature. Now this could be just words. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but I created an email signature in Canva, which I can show you guys. Let's see, email signature. So I created this email signature in Canva, and you can actually type like email signature in the templates search. So that way it's the right kind of size. It's that, long kind of short, but long size. So this image here of me, I just edited it and removed the background from the original image. And then I just added some simple stuff. And then when I downloaded it, I did the same as the logo. You download as transparent. So that way, when I'm over here and I upload the image, it comes through not as a block, right? Even though it is white, let's say I had a background that wasn't white, then you would see that it's like a block of white. So instead, you want that transparency. And then if you didn't already have yourself placed off to the side, there are these alignment pieces over here where you could just push it a little, because most email signatures are off to the left-hand side when we're looking at them and reading. So if you want to keep it like that, you obviously could change the alignment over here. And then the last kind of piece of this email is dropping in your socials. Again, making it as easy as possible for people to find you. When they see something they like of yours, you want them to be able to click essentially anywhere, and they're going to be able to find you and connect with you. So these are the locations that AWeber is going to automatically give you. Now, if you don't have all of these, fine. Like, I don't have Twitter. I don't use that. Remove. YouTube, you could keep. LinkedIn, I usually remove, and I'll usually keep these three: Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So when you go to edit, it's just facebook.com, right? So you need to actually have the URL. So you just go copy and paste it from the web address bar, and then you click done. And you would do the same thing for Instagram and the same thing for YouTube. And then now these are clickable. You can change the shape of them. And if you'd like, how it says the color theme is brand, that's like branded to Facebook, not branded to you. So you could do black or white, but obviously, it's whatever your preference is. So this is how you build an email. Now, don't forget to do the subject line. This is something that when I first started building emails, I would get it all done, and then I would get it scheduled, and then I was like, shit, I didn't put the subject in. And it's just like, it's often nowhere land over here to the side. I almost wish it was like right here in the center. That would be great. But you could even personalize the subject. So if you wanted to say like first name, Sarah, OMG, so good to see you. You know, whatever you want to say, you can personalize these up here. I don't always do that, but every now and then. And you can add in like one or two emojis. Don't go overboard with emojis, you guys. Like a lot of email, like domains, they don't like all those emojis. It kind of triggers that it's spam or something. So use one emoji if you want, right? Like if you're talking about money, you could use one money emoji or whatever. But don't get emoji crazy. Now, if you want to preview and test your email, you just come over here and this is what it'll look like when someone receives the email on desktop. And then when you toggle, this is what it looks like on mobile. Like, isn't that the coolest thing, right? So now you can see, like, this is what it's going to look like when someone opens your email. How fucking cool is that? And if you click here, so you could send the email to yourself or, you know, to somebody if you wanted and test it out and open your phone and click and be like, holy shit, it works. It's exciting. But you can also make sure that all the things that are supposed to be clickable and go where they're supposed to go, you can do that here. So let's say, you know, I wanted this to lead me over to the actual lead magnet. So I can click that and it's going to take me there. And now I know, okay, yes, that is the correct, you know, link. It's going where it's supposed to go. Remember, I linked my group here, so I can click this, double check that it's actually going to my group. And it is. Voila, isn't that amazing? And so I don't need to check the others because I know they're right, but you could do the same thing for these buttons. Just make sure they're all there. So that is how you build an email in AWeber. I will leave you with one fun little thing that I can show you. And this is not all AWeber users have this. So this is something you're going to have to get in and see if it's there for you. But when you see how it says, oops, why did it do that? Okay, you see how it says in gray, type / to write with AI or use commands? Not all AWeber users have this, and I'm pretty sure none of the free versions have it. It's probably only the AWeber like Pro, but if you have it, check it out. Because instead of going over to ChatGPT to help you prompt and write an email, you could just hit the dash and you're gonna say, okay, write with AWeber or write with AI and say, write me an email about an upcoming training about how to build out an email in AWeber. Generate. And it's going to take a minute. It really depends like how long, you know, how much text is going to be there, how many words it's going to build out. But this AI feature is in some versions of AWeber. So just so you're aware of it. And then it'll give you some options. It gives you all these breakdowns. You can add it right to the message. You can like copy and paste out of it. It's essentially the same kind of way that ChatGPT works, where you could edit the prompt. Like let's say what it gave you, you didn't really love it. You could edit the prompt, make it give you something different and give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Be like, no, girl, that's not what I was asking for. And then if you add it to the message, boom, now you have this whole freaking email. So AWeber can really, really work for you, and it really is quite user-friendly to get in and play around with. So I hope that you guys found this super helpful. I'm gonna hop back over here and remove the stream. All right, you guys, let's see, I've got a comment. Oh yeah, you're learning something. Yes, you are. Learning something new every day. So that's the AWeber training. You guys go build an email. I'd love to see what you build and use the comment section. Like ask questions, ask and you shall receive. If you never ask, you're never going to know the answer. There is no stupid question. So we're all learning here, right? So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.